Hello everyone, and welcome to the 2020 North Richland Hills Fire Department Annual Awards Banquet. We appreciate you taking a few minutes out of your day, especially on a Friday evening, to join us as we pause and give thanks to the members of our department and their families for all they do for our community. There's no doubt that 2020 has brought on many changes for us this year, like WebEx meetings that never end, school classrooms by the way of Zoom, online ordering with curbside pickup of nearly anything, home deliveries, Netflix instead of Alamo Drafthouse, drive-by birthday parties, and even this virtual awards banquet. But you also can't forget, we also got Tom Brady as a Super Bowl champion for the Buccaneers, as the new one. During all of this change, one of the things that has remained constant is the ability of our members to take on challenges and change in stride and continue to live up to the expectations of the people that we serve. We appreciate your service and your sacrifice. That is why we're here tonight, to say thank you for all you do. We may give out some awards too. Chief Rainwater is here with me tonight at Cross Church of DFW, a beautiful facility that has graciously offered to let us come in. And he'll be helping me present awards. We have several other chief officers scattered around, and they will be presenting the of the year awards at the individuals' homes later on in the ceremony. Right now, we're going to start like we always start, and we have our very own chaplain, Terry Russell, here with us, and he's going to bring us our invocation. Terry?
Thank you, Chief. Let's go to the Lord. Heavenly Father, we praise your holy name. We come to you tonight to thank you for the fact that you're our deliverer when we face the fire, the flood, the plague, or the freeze. Thank you for the fact that when we put our faith and trust in you, that we can be eternally secure. Lord, would you touch us and any of those in our families who might be suffering in mind, body, or spirit? You're the way, you're the truth, and you're the life. Your word is truth, and you're the ultimate healer. You remain the same yesterday, today, and forever. Help us to count our days that we can gain a heart of wisdom, that we would consider eternity and the importance of repenting and seeking you passionately. Thank you for the days you've given us on this earth. But Lord, I'm glad that this isn't all there is. Thank you for loving us so much that you endured the agony of the cross that we might have the opportunity of salvation and escape a fiery hell. You're our refuge. You're our strength and a very present help in time of trouble. Your salvation gives us eternity with you in heaven where the grid never fails. Tonight we pause to reflect back over the past year and celebrate the accomplishments of those in the North Richland Hills Fire Department. We remember and honor those who have given the ultimate sacrifice trying to help others. We ask that you comfort the grieving, those who've lost loved ones. And we ask for your continued blessings and protection on our city, our department, and our citizens. Lord, we thank you for those who work to protect our nation. Help us to humble ourselves, seek your face, and pray and turn from our wicked ways that you'd forgive us our sins and heal this nation. In Jesus' name, amen.
Thank you, Terry. We're very, very fortunate to have a great chaplain like Terry Russell. He's always available for us anytime we need him, and he does a great job as our chaplain, so thank you very much. At this time, the North Richland Hills Fire Department Honor Guard will present the colors, followed by the national anthem. If you would, please rise.
Mark time, mark. Detail, halt. Left, pace. Preset, on.
Another group that does this fantastic job, the Honor Guard, very, very important part of our organization, always there and always looking sharp as ever. I also want to thank Carissa for that great video that she did on them presenting the colors. It turned out really awesome, so thank you very much. Well, what may seem like a lot longer ago, 1 year ago today, or 1 year ago at this time, some of us were dressed in our 1920s attire, ready to enter the Grand Hall, beautifully decorated in the 1920s theme, expecting to be taken back in time to the Roaring '20s, have a time of fellowship, good food, honor those that had done good things in 2019. It was a good time. Little did we know, short time after we finished that banquet, that we would start our own Roaring '20s. We call them the 2020s. And now, here we are with this banquet, which is certainly a little bit different. We could be streaming this banquet to thousands of people around the world right now. Who knows, besides Carissa, and we're not going to ask her. Or we're hoping for at least an audience of familiar faces that are watching at home, maybe with a bowl of popcorn or the pizza that's soon to be delivered, and making the best of it. But we appreciate you being here. While this banquet is different, it's not the same as that we've always done it. This is a step moving in the right direction to get us through this challenge, like we've been doing pretty much all year. We've all made adjustments. Our families have made adjustments. We have dealt with quarantines, school closures, inability to gather as a family for holidays and special occasions. We've canceled vacations. We've socially distanced in everything you'd imagine. We're starting to get vaccines for a virus that we're still a little bit unsure of, and we wear our masks and continue to wear our masks for over a year. And we do all these sacrifices for the purpose of protecting our loved ones and for protecting that stranger on the street. We know those things work. We know that's what we have to do. This is what we have to do to get through this challenge. Unfortunately, through the process, and despite our best efforts, many of our members have suffered a loss of a family member far too early. And for those families, we continue to pray for you. If you remember early on, our members cared for patients who were possibly COVID positive, with little understanding of the risk associated with the virus or how it was being transmitted. There is no doubt that the early unknowns, scarce testing, and lack of treatment options impacted the daily living for everyone. However, when you're providing direct patient care, like most of our members do, the impact to the home and the family can be much, much greater. Our recent weather event is another example. We're asked to go out and help those that are without power, without heat, have been out without power and heat for extended periods of time, don't have food, don't have running water. Ask us to help them deal with their broken water lines and turn off the flow and help salvage some of the items, help them start the cleanup process. But yet, for many of our members, we were dealing with the same things at home. And they were asked to come in and help us deal with the crisis for those that we serve. And they did, and they do. And they do it with the help and the sacrifice of their families, day in, day out. I say all that to make this point. I'm not alone when I recognize that that sacrifice that not only our members make, but also the sacrifice that the families make in order for the men and women of our department to serve our community. And while you certainly don't hear it enough, to our members and their families, from me and on behalf of all of the citizens that you serve, just want to say thank you, thank you, thank you for what you do. As unusual and challenging as the past year has been, the good news is there's light at the end of the tunnel. That light gets brighter every day, gets closer and closer to us. But the light is still down the tunnel. It's not quite there yet. We're going to have to be patient a little bit longer. We're going to have to remain cautious just a little bit longer and continue to do those things that we know have been able to get us to the point we are today. And we'll make it. I'm going to close my message to you with this thought. During an uncertain or challenging times, I am often reminded to stop and look around in order to recognize how blessed me and my family is. If I don't, for some reason, I seem to forget how fortunate we are. I hope you all take the time to do the very same thing. Thanks for being here with us tonight. We're going to start a presentation from the mayor that has a recorded message for us. But I want to say first that we're very, very thankful to have the mayor and the council that we have. When we're talking about blessings, the blessing of the mayor and the council that we have is definitely at the top of my list. We're very fortunate to have them. We appreciate all they do for us day in and day out and the support that they show us every day. So I'll turn it over to Mayor Oscar Trevino.
Good evening. On behalf of the City Council, I want to thank you for your sacrifice and commitment over the past year. None of us would have ever predicted what 2020 would bring. An international pandemic killing thousands of North Texans and hundreds of thousands of Americans. It's been the greatest challenge our medical community has ever faced, and you've adapted and persevered without skipping a beat. And 2021 isn't off to a much better start with the winter storm that crippled our state, with widespread power outages and water shortages. But where were you when the going got tough? Right in the thick of it, like you've always been. When disaster struck, you left your families to protect ours. You traversed icy roads and freezing temperatures to get help and supplies to the people that needed them most. In a state of emergency, there are no breaks for first responders. You have always been there for our community, and I want to extend a heartfelt thank you for all that you do. We are grateful for the blood, sweat, and time you invest in our community. And we are grateful to your families for the sacrifices that they make. Your selfless contributions are why North Richland Hills is such a great place to live, work, and play. Again, thank you.
Chief, I just wanted to start off and let you know that we have a huge following in Montana, and we've got big numbers there, so really, really super excited about this live stream in Montana. Tonight I want to start our awards presentation by recognizing those who received upgrades in Texas Commission on Fire Protection certifications. And on the screen you should see a slide. So like we would normally do, those of you at home, please stand up and be recognized. And that's a good job. We're very proud of you and the work you put in this year, even in the midst of a pandemic. You guys have done a wonderful job staying on top of your training and working hard, and we're extremely thankful for that effort. Give you a second to read through that. There's a lot of names up there. It's a lot. So, all right. So moving forward, we'll talk about our years of service ribbons. These are awarded to personnel in 5-year increments for their service to our department. And again, I'll have those up there for 5 years of service. We have Jed Boyd and Jason Davis. 10 years of service, we have Michael Autry, Brian Guthrie. 15 years of service, we have Michael Barker, Brandon Keith, Brandon Moore, Stephen Rucker, and Jay Smith. 20 years of service, we have Richard Abellino, Brian Bodette, Marcus Hodges, Jeff Peterson. 25 years of service, we have Richie Witt. And 30 years of service, we have my dear friend Terry Russell and our chaplain who led us in an awesome invocation. Thank you, Terry. So we congratulate you all for your combined 250 years of service to our department and the community. Thank you all very much. Moving forward, we'll move into our higher education ribbons. These are awarded to individuals in recognition of personal higher degrees awarded from institutions of higher learning, from community or junior college, four-year college, or university. This year, we've had several guys that have achieved this, and so we have David Rodella achieved his associate's in science degree in EMS, Brent Gibson, his associate in science degree in paramedicine, Christopher Bodie, his associate's degree in EMS, and Salvador Cuellar for his associate's degree in science in EMS. I saw I get that right. Associate's in science degree in EMS. Congratulations to all these guys and outstanding work. That's a great achievement. This time I'd like to invite Chief Tinney back up to the stage.
Retirees for 2020. We had 2 retirees that were smart enough to exit the fire service right at the beginning of the pandemic. So there is no doubt that we will never be able to challenge these guys' intellect. Driver engineer Jack Kessler retired in March after 28 years of service, and firefighter David Smith retired in March after 23 years of service. Congratulations to both of those gentlemen, and we wish you the best in your retirement. If you remember back, they were the groundbreakers so we have COVID now, how do we do a retirement party? So they were the first. They'll always be known as that. So right now, as usual, Casey Kirkpatrick has put together our annual awards banquet video, and we've got that spooled up and ready to go. The YouTube streaming this year has presented him some extra special challenges, but as always, he came through with flying colors. So sit back and enjoy the video that Casey has provided us.
Welcome to Words of Wisdom with Eric Gage. I am your host, Eric Gage. Number one, you can't outrun lightning, no matter how fast you are. Number two, this kind of soap ain't gonna work in the dishwasher. Makes a mess like this. And number three, this one gets me all fired up. Stop running over the cones. They ain't cheap, old son. They're expensive. One more thing. If you haven't paid for the Oreos, you're not eating them. And if you do, you might end up with a little surprise like this.
And another great job, as always, by Casey. But I got to ask, how many people were thinking that the xylophone disclaimer at the beginning was a joke? You know, the first time I watched it, I kept thinking, any minute now, it'll come on, here it comes. But you know, you got to admit, you've never been calmer, right? Everybody's sitting there. You're just as mellowed out as you can be. You'll be looking for that dial on your radio on the way home. You'll find that music, so you'll love it. All right, we're going to move on to volunteer recognition. Rob and September Daniel, Sue Isabel, Alicia Torres, Mike Harris, and our CFA alumni have been an integral part of the fire department family for quite some time now. They volunteer by helping the fire department on the fire scenes, at various special events, running the mail to the stations, performing administrative support tasks, and never ask for anything in return. They have an endless servant's heart, and we appreciate them very much. Specifically, our CFA alumni has really came on this in 2020 and picked up the task of getting Rehab 22 up and running. We put it in service and had it ready to go about February of last year. If you look back on their volunteer hours, in 2020 they ran or assisted with about 500, a little over 500 hours total for the year. Here we are barely in March, and for their hours for 2021 are 350. A large part of that is the CFA alumni are helping with vaccinations at the NETC, so we appreciate that help very, very much. And we just appreciate your willingness to be part of our department and continue to volunteer, and we see that program grow. So thank you all very much for everything you do there. The Fire Chief Special Recognition Corns. Fire Chief Special Recognitions Award is presented to a fire department employee who makes a noteworthy contribution or achieves a significant accomplishment above and beyond their normal duties that brings favorable light to both them and the North Richland Hills Fire Department. And one thing that I would say about the four that you're about to see being presented with the Special Recognition Award is there's a common thread with that. All of these have great attitudes. All of them are ones that can take the project that you give them and they'll see it through to the end. They have a servant's heart and just do us a great job. So let's see the video for the Special Recognition Corns. All right, this is our Special Recognition Corn, and one of them that we're going to give out this year is to Chief Rainwater. Dave, this year we've had COVID, we've had EMC duties, we've had vacancies to be filled with minimal list and the challenges of filling the vacancies with the applicants that we get on them, and with all that's been thrown at you, filling the EMC spot and training Raylyn up, helping guide her through that. Chief Rainwater is over our training division, our emergency management, our fire marshal's division, and our EMS division. So he's definitely got a lot going on. This particular year, you had to fill one of those spots in the middle of it. He stepped into that role and not only took on filling that role, but took on all the extra duties for it. So with that, Dave, I just want to take this moment to tell you how much we appreciate what you've done this year. Dave's one of those people that anything that you take to him, and when I go to him and say, hey, what can we take off of you to help you out with it a little bit, the answer is always, I got it. I'll take care of it. We'll get her done. He gets it done on time. He's always got a great attitude, always got a smile on his face. So we appreciate it very much.
Thank you.
So, you bet.
Thank you, sir.
And there's your coin on it. And your certification.
Thank you, sir.
But thank you very much.
No,
we appreciate all you do.
Thank you very much. I appreciate you.
Sanders today. We're doing our banquet virtually this year, so we're recording our Chief Special Recognition. So I wanted to get with you today. For you guys that don't know, Captain Sanders for many, many years took care of our EMS supplies, did a lot of off-duty work, made deliveries, kept the stock where it should be, replaced things, substituted things, got with Knocker Yamada, just really made a lot of effort. But the bigger thing with it is Captain Sanders just demonstrates that can-do attitude. You know, you give them those challenges. You say, hey, these are what we need to do. He took that ball and ran with it for many years. Been very, very fortunate now that we've been able to reassign some of those duties, so Captain Sanders doesn't do those anymore for us. But I just wanted to tell you how much of a positive impact that made on our department, how much we appreciate the leadership that you showed in what you were doing, and how much we appreciate the effort that you put into taking care of that for us for so long. So just want to tell you thank you.
Welcome.
And here's your special recognition form and your certificate. Yeah, thank you.
Thank you, sir.
We're with Firefighter Simone Jimerson. So Simone's one of those people for us that, you know, anytime you're around her, she just kind of brightens your day. You know, just one of those people that got a great attitude. You are very helpful to anybody around you. And for a lot of people that don't know, this is my chance to say thank you to everybody that's been involved with the vaccination clinic at Hearst. Currently, we're running 3 people per day over at the Hearst vaccination site to actually give shots. And then within the department, we have the majority of the other members in the department that are participating in other roles staggered throughout the course of a week. So we've started doing that. But in particular, you know, in those efforts that we put out in that's a shared effort between the NEPTA cities, 14 NEPTA cities. We provide 28 firefighters a day there to be able to give vaccines combined amongst the 14 cities. And while I appreciate everybody's efforts and continued contribution to that effort, that they continue to go out there day in, day out, do such a great job, provide such a needed community service, it's just valuable. So thanks to everybody for that. But in particular, you know, I've seen Simone a few times there, more than a few times. I think she's our #1 attender at the shop clinic, not by choice necessarily, but by design. But the outstanding part about what Simone does for us at those places, every time I walk in there, somebody will always pull me aside and tell me what a great job you're doing. And whether it's the people that are getting the shots or the people that are working there, they just appreciate you being there very much. They appreciate your attitude. They appreciate your patience, your compassion. You know, you've got the full package of being able to do the service that we do day in, day out. We appreciate the number of times that you've been over there, that you continue to go over there, and the work that you do. We appreciate the fact that you're having such a positive impact on our community, along with everybody else that's doing it. But I think that you're just that real model for us, that person that goes over there with the right attitude, understands the need of being there, understands what the people are needing. It's not just the shot sometimes, it's answering questions and being empathetic with them and understanding the challenges they're facing. You should do a great job with that. And I just want to tell you how much we appreciate that. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Chief.
You bet. Here's your special recognition coin and your certificate. Thank you. Appreciate you. Jace, wanted to tell you first is how long you been in the training chief position?
Just under 2 years.
Just under 2 years. So Jace came into the training chief position. Even though we've had a training chief for a long time, we really didn't have anybody filling the role of training chief for a long time. He came in, we gave him a few extra duties as far as what we hoped would happen with our training division, how we hoped it would progress and develop. Not only did we have that list of things that we wanted done, we said, oh, by the way, will you take care of managing the BISD Fire Academy program? So we piled as much on him as we possibly could. He's taken that, and one of the things that I've really noticed over the last year or so is how much more organized our training is, how much better we're delivering our training to our people, how many more opportunities we're being able to make for that, and that's all because of the work that you put into that. So we appreciate all that very much, not just me, but everybody, the work you've done. You're really taking that to the level that we hoped we could get that position to. The great thing about Jace is you can just point him in that direction and he just goes with it. He's one of those guys that'll get it done, find a way, doesn't understand, hey, I'm going to have to go back and say, hey, this is not an option. Failure is never an option for Chase. We appreciate that very much. I just want to recognize you that for the efforts that you put in this year especially, and what you've been able to do with that training division. The examples that you set for the guys every day out there is just outstanding. Couldn't ask for anything better. But we thank you very much. I want to give you a Chief Special Recognition coin for that.
Thank you, sir.
I tell you thanks for all you're doing there, and keep up the good work. And there's your certificate.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Once again, we congratulate all those guys, and Chief, we appreciate your recognition as well. Our annual awards are determined by a nomination process. Any sworn personnel can make a nomination to the committee. After review, the committee forwards the nomination or the nominee information to the fire chief, and the results of this process will be revealed tonight. The Good Conduct Ribbon provides recognition to members of this department that have exhibited outstanding personal performance towards this department and community. The first nomination accepted for a Good Conduct Ribbon is as follows. Marcus is such a great employee for the North Richland Hills Fire Rescue. He is always willing to help out a fellow coworker, regardless of what city department they are in. Marcus assists with all of our public education, hot-minute videos, school presentations, and any other activity benefiting the citizens of North Richland Hills. Congratulations, Marcus. And I would also add that if you're ever at a special event, you will likely find Marcus out amongst the community visiting with people, and he's always got a positive attitude on that as well. He's very deserving. Our second nomination, accepted for Good Conduct Ribbon, is as follows. Cole has done an outstanding job this year working through the COVID pandemic with the BISD High School Fire Academy. Cole put together a virtual learning program for the students and had to overcome several obstacles throughout the year. Cole has also done a great job with public education and CPR programs. Congratulations, Cole. And again, very deserving. A lot of work and hit the ground running and had to pick things up very, very quickly. The Fire Company Award provides recognition for 2 or more members of this department functioning as an engine or truck company who has worked together towards a common goal. The nomination, Was this one yours? I don't think so. I think you snuck up on me. No? Oh, it does right there.
Yeah.
Sure is. Okay. I'm going to let you have that.
Yeah, that's this part.
It's
Sorry.
that part I didn't see.
Yeah, that's because you'll want to give me your part, and I don't know your part. Okay, as he was saying, the Fire Company Award provides recognition for 2 or more members of the fire department functioning as an engine or a truck company who has worked together towards a common goal. The nomination accepted for the Fire Company Award is as follows. On the afternoon of April 8, 2020, units responded to a structure fire. Engine 223 checked on with a working garage fire that had extended into the attic. Engine 222's crew initial assignment was to establish water supply to engine 223. After completing a forward lay, command assigned engine 222 to begin the primary search. Driver engineer Massey was approached by a bystander who advised there were 2 victims in the bedroom on the Bravo side of the structure. Without hesitation, he informed Captain Pendergrass of the need to perform a vent inner search rather than the primary search, and they relocated to the Bravo side. When driver engineer and Captain Pendergrass arrived at the Bravo side window, it was partially blocked by a dresser, leaving only a small opening for entry. Driver engineer Massey quickly dove headfirst into the space, which had 0 visibility and moderate heat, to begin searching for the possible victims. Engine 223 was on the fire attack inside the structure, but was not operating in the area near the Bravo side bedrooms. Fire had extended into the attic and into the walls. Driver engineer Massey found a male and female victim lying on the floor in the bedroom. Both victims were unresponsive. Driver engineer Massey was able to move the 185-pound male victim to the window where Captain Pendergrass was watching with a thermal imager and waiting to assist in pulling the male out the window. As soon as Captain Pendergrass pulled the male victim out the window, Driver Engineer Massey immediately began work on the female victim. During this time, Quint 225 had arrived on scene and was assigned to assist Engine 222 with the rescue. Personnel from Quint 225 consisting of Captain Brian Martin, Driver Engineer Brian Guthrie, Firefighter Fitzmaurice, and Firefighter Reedy arrived on the Bravo side. Driver Engineer Guthrie entered the space through the window to assist Driver Engineer Massey with rescuing the second victim. Due to the orientation of the victim on the floor, extricating her had become challenging at best. Gary and Brian devised a plan to move the victim by pushing her legs up, out and over her head, making the rescue possible in a rapid time. At this time, Captain Adam Pendergrass, Captain Brian Martin, and Firefighter Eric Gage were at the window and assisted in pulling the female victim out of the window. From the time Driver Engineer Massey entered the occupancy by himself to the time both victims were rescued was under 7 minutes. Both victims were rescued and transported to Parkland Hospital for airway burns and smoke inhalation. Both victims recovered and were discharged in the following days. These lives were saved as a direct result of the courageous, quick, and effective action of these crews. Saving a human life is what drives the passion of a firefighter everywhere. It is the reason that we take an oath, the reason we train, prepare, and continue to stay educated in the ever-changing fire service environment. The companies listed here did more than take an inherent risk to make it possible save. They risked their lives to save a life. These actions warrant, without question, the privilege of earning the Fire Company Award. Now at this time, we're going to play a short clip of that actual event.
Engine 222 and Quint 225, advise when you have the occupants outside of the structure. Engine 222, go ahead with your tracking. Engine 222, yeah, what is it? I'll get on second. Receive. I've got engine 224 outside the structure ready to assist. Let me know what you need. Chief 228 from command. Go ahead for Chief 228. Report to the command post. We can move to command post. Engine 223 from command. Engine 223. I've got all available hands working the victims. I'm going to get you ventilation as soon as I free out a crew. Give me a 10 report on the fire. One horseback control, responding 5104 as road. Alright, you doing one responding? Yes. Okay, Davis.
Congratulations to Engine 222 crew, Captain Pendergrass, Driver Engineer Gary Massey, and Firefighter Eric Gage, and Quint 225 crew, Captain Brian Martin, Driver Engineer Guthrie, Firefighters Fitzmaurice and Reedy. It was truly a team effort. This time, I'll turn it over to Chief Rainwater.
The EMS Award provides recognition for one or more members of the fire department for an act or continuous acts of service deserving of recognition within the scope of emergency medical services. The first nomination accepted for an EMS award is as follows. On November 28th, 2020, at approximately 2 a.m., crews responded to a residential structure fire on Glenhurst Drive. As Engine 223 and Medic 223 arrived on scene, command assigned them to patient care for a victim that first arriving crews were removing from the residence. Station 3 personnel assessed the patient and found him to be severely burned and pulseless. Due to the severity of injury from fire and smoke exposure, personnel performed advanced life-saving treatments that aren't used on a daily basis, such as an emergency cricothyrotomy and administering a cyanide antidote kit to counter the effects of smoke inhalation poisoning. On arrival at the ER, they were successful in obtaining a palpable radial and femoral pulse. The personnel that treated this patient were able to perform flawlessly as a team and provide advanced treatments in a high-stress environment to give the patient every opportunity for survival. Trauma physicians at the receiving hospital and Dr. Yamada all praised the level of treatment and teamwork to provide the highest level of care possible to the patient. Congratulations to Medic 223 crew, Firefighter Hipple and Firefighter Jacob Williams, and Engine 223 crew, Captain Tyler Marble, Firefighter Jace Christian, and Firefighter Brent Gibson. The second nomination accepted for an EMS award is as follows. Quint 221 and Medic 221 responded to a 71-year-old female for a cardiac emergency. Medic 221 assessed and realized she was having a STEMI. The crew had activated the cath lab at Medical City North Hills. They provided excellent care, and the female was able to have a complete recovery. Each member from that incident was recognized and received the North Hills Life Saving Award. Congratulations to Medic 221 crew, firefighters Russell Andrews and Salvador Cuellar, and Quint 221 crew driver engineer Terry Russell, firefighters Preston Sloninger and Jason Davis. Our third nomination accepted for an EMS award is as follows. On April 8th, 2020, Tanner was the paramedic in charge on Medic 222. Assigned to patient care, Tanner took over treatment for an unconscious, unresponsive patient rescued from a house fire. With limited resources available to him and the help of only a recruit, Tanner initiated transport to a burn center within minutes of receiving the patient and provided exemplary care throughout. As a result of his preparation for that moment and his decisive actions in it, the patient was discharged from the hospital within days. Congratulations to Tanner Cruz and Cameron Wilson. Chief. Try to get this turned for you. There we go.
Thanks, sir. All right. Members of our department nominate our of the year awards candidates. And these are reviewed by our awards committee, and recommendations is passed on to the fire chief for approval. Each year we present individuals who model and demonstrate our values, exhibit esprit de corps, and excel within the areas of being a great recruit, a great firefighter, a great paramedic, or a great officer. This year, our of the Year awards are being presented to the recipients at their home by the chief officers spread around the area. After we announce the award, the recipient, we will go to a live feed presentation of them being presented their award out in the field, or that's our hope. Our Recruit of the Year recipient receives a plaque and name added to the perpetual plaque. The nomination for the Recruit of the Year reads as follows. Firefighter Nathan Soroka is one of the most positive and outgoing individuals I have ever met. During 2020, he completed the Fire Academy where he was class captain and recipient of the Brandon Phillips Award. This award was voted on by his peers, recognizing his commitment to outstanding moral and ethical principles, along with the potential firefighting skills. Soroka's Fire Academy was complicated by COVID and delays in the program, but he always kept an upbeat attitude and looked forward to the challenge. Firefighter Soroka is also an active member of the National Guard, and he was activated more times than just his annual training commitments. He was activated to protect and defend the city of Dallas during the civil unrest and rioting over the summer. Despite the scheduling chaos of the Fire Academy and the National Guard, he never wavered in his attitude. During multiple activations and commitments to the National Guard, he was able to complete his rookie book and his EMS field training ahead of schedule. His can-do attitude and ability to handle stressful situations goes a long way to demonstrate his commitment to the job. He has a passion and a desire to learn, improve, and make a positive impact on everybody he meets. Soroka is an outgoing individual with positive, high-energy personality. He demonstrates an all-out 100% effort in everything he does. Your 2020 Recruit of the Year is Nathan Soroka. The Recruit of the Year award will be made by Battalion Chief Eric Cook, and we will go to him now.
Something you can frame up, all right? And these are for your white star. Fantastic. Congratulations.
Thanks, Chief. I appreciate it, sir. I appreciate it.
All right, buddy. Have a good night.
Yes, sir. Yes,
Take
sir.
care.
All right, congratulations. There you go. That's how that's supposed to work. Nearly flawlessly. Nearly. All right, we're going to move on to our Firefighter of the Year. The Firefighter, Paramedic, and Officer of the Year recipients receive a leather helmet, of the Year ribbon, a plaque, and their name added to the Forever Trophy. Nominees for the 2020 Firefighter of the Year are Casey Kirkpatrick, Paul Von Wald, Brian Guthrie, Gary Massey, and Lance Lutke. The nomination reads as follows. Casey has a strong passion for his fellow firefighters and our department and the profession in general. He regularly attends fundraisers that support injured firefighters and their families. In 2018, he put in a great deal of time and effort to compose approximately 11 outstanding retirement videos to honor those that retired that year, and he continues doing so for those who have and will follow. Casey also spends hours on producing the annual awards banquet video. He is very passionate about our department. Firefighter Kirkpatrick serves as on the recruitment retention committee, helping to ensure we hire the best candidates. On his days off, he comes in to assist candidates with practicing the physical agility test. He actively promotes the department through public events as well as keeping everyone up to date with action photos, videos, and safety tips through social media. And at times he provides assistance and coverage for the public safety PIO. Casey is a longtime member of the SWAT Team Paramedic Program, helping to continuously improve that program. Firefighter Kirkpatrick is well deserving of the 2020 Firefighter of the Year Award. Our Firefighter of the Year Award will be presented by Chief Jay Smith, and I think we'll go to him now. Take it away, Jay.
Go ahead, Jace.
Hey, Casey, how are you? First, congratulate you for 2020. For being the Firefighter of the Year, we present Casey with a leather helmet. We get a plaque to hang on the wall. Awesome. Wonderful. Framing material here. And then Amy, we're giving you flowers because we know it's a sacrifice for you.
Thank you.
Thank you. I'm working with us every third day, so Casey, congratulations. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Really an honor. Thank you so much.
Congratulations, Casey.
Thank you.
All right. Good job, Jace. All right, nomination for Paramedic of the Year. The nomination for the Paramedic of the Year reads as follows. Tanner has been with North Richland Hills Fire Rescue for almost 7 years and is a leader who exemplifies the high standards this organization strives to instill in its members. His commitment to customer service is unparalleled and demonstrated not only by his eagerness to run calls, the compassion and respect that he has for his patients and their families, but also in the level of preparedness he strives to maintain. Chief Cook often reminds us there will be times in our careers when we are measured against the titles on our shirt. He often asks us if we will be prepared when that time comes. A defining moment for Tanner where he was measured and called upon to be the difference in a citizen's life was this past year. On April 8, 2020, Tanner was paramedic in charge on Medic 222. Assigned patient care, Tanner took over treatment for an unconscious, unresponsive patient rescued from a house fire where limited resources were available to him. And he only had the help of a recruit. Tanner initiated transport to a burn center within minutes of receiving the patient and provided exemplary care throughout. As a result of his preparation for that moment and his decisive actions in it, the patient was discharged from the hospital within days. When Tanner is not engaged in saving lives, he continues to be actively involved in our organization's EMS system as a tenured field training paramedic. Tanner strives to bring others up to the level of his level of expertise. Tanner spends countless hours each year training new recruits as well as tenured paramedics. Tanner spent over 40 shifts last year training new recruits in various phases of FTP process. As an FTP, Tanner's work is not only about the process but the person. At a time where a new employee might be unsure of himself, Tanner exercises an incredible amount of patience and works to adjust his teaching methods to the style to meet the recruit where they are. At no time was this more apparent than this last year. As a recruit struggled, Tanner assumed a personal interest in their success and rode no less than 20 shifts with the individual. Not a single occasion did I hear Tanner get frustrated or disenfranchised. He continued to challenge himself, finding new ways to teach and explain, and remain confident that if he had more time, he could impart understanding. Throughout this recruit's process, Tanner was committed to whatever was necessary for the betterment of the individual and the organization. Whether it be the aforementioned life-saving efforts or the ongoing performance and attitude Tanner exhibits on a daily basis, Tanner reflects the highest standards in emergency medical field within the North Richland Hills Fire Department. There is no question he consistently goes above and beyond the normal expectations placed upon our paramedics. For these reasons, Firefighter Tanner Cruz has earned the privilege to be recognized as the 2020 Paramedic of the Year. The presentation to the Paramedic of the Year will be presented by Chief Youngst. And we'll go to Chief Youngst right now. He's alone at the door.
Well, I'm not Publishers Clearinghouse. But congratulations. We all welcome to come in. No, we're good. You get paramedic. You won Paramedic of the Year. That means a lot. I'll feel deserving of it, but it means a lot. Thanks so much. And for your wife, is she here? She's working tonight. She's okay. Little one of my parents running around. I see him back there. Well, congratulations. I appreciate everything you do as an FTP and firefighter paramedic for the department. You exhibit a great example to everybody else, and I appreciate it. It's an award well deserved. Yes, sir. Thank you so much. You bet. All right, take care.
Congratulations, Tanner.
Thank you, sir.
All right, well deserved. All right, our next award is one that is very rarely given. Actually, today's recipients will be the 5th and 6th persons in the history of our department to receive the Medal of Valor. I would be remiss if I did not share with you that whenever I talked to both of the candidates to advise them that they were going to be receiving the Medal of Valor, that they both were very humble, which is not surprising to anybody that knows them. Pointed out to me that it's just part of a team effort. Pointed out to me that anybody else would have done the same thing. And they're right. You know, we mentioned that before. They're right. The difference is they had that opportunity, they seized that moment, they completed that task, and they completed a task that's very, very physically demanding, very difficult to do, and did it with a positive outcome for the patients involved. We're going to start off with this. We played a little video earlier of that same event. We're going to play the helmet cam video, or a portion of the helmet camera video of the actual rescue inside. It has been edited down, but you may need to turn up your volume a little bit to hear some of the background audio. So we'll play that first, and then we'll have Chief Rainwater read the nomination.
What about it? You got your kit? Fire department! Prepare protection care. You got your kit? Yep.
Alarm from battalion.
I'm coming! I'm coming for you. You got a victim right here. What do you got? A victim right here. Can we move that? Right here. I need it in here. Hey! Adam! 2 victims. 2 victims.
Engine 224, come on deck, guys.
Hung up.
We've located 2 victims in the Bravo Charlie corner. You get assistance from extra case. Receive. Engine 224, Bravo Charlie corner. Assistance removal of 2 victims. Engine 246. Alarm from battalion 22.
I see you. I see the arm, I see the head. There's the window.
You need 2 additional suppression units.
Watch the head. Watch the head. You? Yep. You stuck though.
Chief 228.
Hey, this is good. Yeah. I got another one. Got you, man. Go down here.
Command.
Hey, cheers. Hey, here's another one. Hey. Oh, cheers, thanks.
Engine 222, go ahead.
Hey, grab a hand, right here. Somebody grab, right here, grab a hand.
Engine 222, we have 1 victim out. Working on the second.
Right here. Somebody else throw in here.
Receive. I've got engine 224 outside the structure ready to assist. Let me know what you need.
Yeah, someone else.
Command.
here. Yes, ma'am. Go on that side.
Can you justify what a suppression unit is?
A suppression unit is an engine, a twin, a truck.
Here's our arm. Go ahead.
Briefing.
That's me. There's the body head right there. Okay. Ready? Yep.
She's 228 from command.
What?
Go ahead, Chief 228.
That's the hand.
Report to the command post.
Got his hand.
23 from
Ready?
command.
Ready? 1, 2, 3.
I've got all available hands working the victim. I'm going to get you ventilation as soon as I free up a crew. Give me a can report on fire.
Where's the feet? Where's the feet?
Where's that 212? It was 5 over the heavy road. Alright, 212 responding. Yep. Military, Davis.
You got it? Got it. Got it. Alright. Hold up. Come here, Gage. Huh?
Tracy. Alarm from command. Victim's been extricated. Rescued from the structure. Engine.
Medal of Valor Award is to provide recognition to a member of this department who has performed an act on or off duty for the purpose of saving or protecting human life. On April 8th, 2020, Quint 225 responded to a report of a structure fire. Engine 223 arrived on scene to find a well-involved fire working on the main floor with an extension into the attic. Fire attack was quickly initiated upon Quint 225's arrival. They were assigned to assist Quint 222 with vent inner search on the Bravo side of the house, as 2 victims had been reported in bedrooms. With purpose, Quint 225 made their way to the Bravo side, and upon hearing 2 victims had been located, with one already outside of the building and being cared for, driver engineer Guthrie bailed into the window behind driver engineer Massey. Both were now working in a very low visibility environment with progressing fire on the floor they were operating on, as well as the attic space above them. I'll get it. Excuse me. Working together, they located the second victim and dragged them back to the window, spending what energy they had left to raise them to the sill and to the crews waiting outside. Brian's actions were made with no regard to his well-being or safety, and solely for the purpose of saving a life. Without hesitation, he entered a zero-visibility environment with rapidly changing fire conditions and assisted locating and rescuing an unconscious victim. Brian's continuous preparation and training for this moment, along with his disregard for his own safety in it, resulted in a citizen of North Richland Hills being saved and returning to their normal life. This may be a once-in-a-career situation, and in the moment, driver engineer Guthrie demonstrated that he has and earned his title of fireman and measured up against the highest standards and traditions of the fire service. Brian, will you please come forward? Yes, sir.
Brian, it's my great honor to present you with Medal of Valor. Well deserved.
Brian, that's a plaque for you and your ribbon, and we're very, very proud of you. It's a nice job.
Yes,
Excellent
sir.
work.
Congratulations.
Yes, sir.
Thank you.
Yeah.
As you can guess, we probably have a second nomination for this award, and our second nomination accepted reads as follows. On April 8th, 2020, Quint 222 responded to a report of a structure fire. Engine 223 arrived on scene to find a well-involved fire working on the main floor with extension into the attic. Fire attack was quickly initiated, and Quint 222 was ordered to lay a supply line and complete a primary search. Upon exiting the apparatus, driver engineer Massey was advised by a family member that 2 adults were still inside the residence. This information was quickly passed on to command, who then ordered Quint 222 to vent inner search windows on the Bravo side of the house. At this moment in the incident, heavy smoke was pouring from the house, and the entire side of the house was obscured. Coming to the first two windows on that side of the house, driver engineer Massey entered into a smoke-filled environment with no visibility and advancing fire over him. He quickly searched for and located both victims and found them to be unconscious and unresponsive, overcome by the smoke-charged atmosphere. Reorienting himself in the room, he dragged the first victim back to the window and lifted them by himself to Captain Pendergrass, who was waiting to receive the victim. Upon removal of the first victim, Gary was joined by driver engineer Brian Guthrie. The second victim was quickly located. Gary and Brian worked together to drag them back to the window and lift them out to safety. Gary's actions were made with no regard to his well-being or safety and solely for the purpose of saving a life. Without hesitation, he entered a zero-visibility environment with rapidly changing fire conditions and not only located two victims but rescued both. Gary's continuous preparation and training for this moment, along with the disregard for his safety in it, resulted in two citizens of North Richland Hills being saved and returning to their normal life. This is maybe a once-in-a-career situation, and in the moment, driver engineer Massey demonstrated that he has earned his title of fireman and measures up against the highest standards and traditions of the fire service. Gary, will you please come forward?
Gary, it's my great honor to present you with the Medal of Valor.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you for all you do. Appreciate it.
Gary, once again, there's a plaque for you. You'll just stack them all up there, buddy. Hey, very proud of you. It's a very good job.
Congratulations.
Congratulations. Good job, big boy.
All right, I think we did forget to mention that we have our Medal of Valor recipients and their families here with us tonight. So we'll take this time instead of at the beginning and at the end, but thank you all very much for joining us. You should be very proud, and I know you are. We're very proud of them. You know, they're both right. There's no doubt that this operation and the success to the end of it was a team effort. They passed them out to people that cared for them. They put them in a medic crew that medically treated them, got them to the hospital, and so it takes it all. But most definitely the actions that these two take is known in the fire service as being a very, very difficult task to accomplish. And Gary not only did it once, he did it twice. And so they did a great job. So definitely a model for others to look at. All right, we have one other award to present, and that will be the Officer of the Year. I told you earlier the recipients for the Of the Year awards received a leather helmet, the Of the Year ribbon, a plaque, and their name on the Forever Trophy. The Officer of the Year gets one added bonus, courtesy of our mayor, and that's a weekend at the Mayor's Country Club Ranch. So that's a great gift that definitely is well deserved for the Officer of the Year. Nominees for the 2020 Officer of the Year are Division Chief Jay Smith, Captain Bobby Thomas, and Fire Marshal Brent Sobel. The nomination reads as follows. Division Chief Jay Smith has demonstrated a commitment to all aspects of the department this past year. He has become heavily involved with COVID-19 as one of the more recently appointed Department Infection Control Officers, which is a full-time job, or has been. In addition to that new role, he has continued to work around challenges and scheduling much needed in the ever-changing training scheduling that we're doing to support the Operation Division. Chief Smith is not only an officer, but he's also a coach, and frequently gives advice to all members of the department. He has an infectious approach to learning and strives to see all members improve. He has created new opportunities for company training that goes against normal standards of training, and has reached the point that the neighboring departments are coming to him to seek out his new training methods. This approach has created a trend in which other departments now reach out to him inquiring more about how we conduct our training. He has remained dedicated to his operational division while serving in the support services role. His efforts have not gone unnoticed. He has upgraded bunker gear, improved opportunities for professional development, and worked closely with the ship ECs to develop training. His positive attitude and upbeat personality makes him a very approachable and easy to learn from. 2020 has had its challenges, but Chief Smith has stayed the course. To minimize disruptions in the department, his commitment to our organization is second to none, which is why I have nominated him for Officer of the Year. The Officer of the Year will be presented by Assistant Chief Kenneth Rawson, and we will go to him now. This could be dangerous.
What is up? I made it. That got me off guard, man. Chief Smith, it's my privilege to present you with your well-deserved recognition as Officer of the Year for 2020. Appreciate all your improved skill level of all of our members. You receive your plaque, certificate, leather helmet, which you can wear on duty. That's a joke. And for your wife, Rachel. We have flowers for you. All the J stuff. Letting him spend time away from home to do all the good work that he does. So thank you. I would also like to say, in case you didn't hear, you also get a weekend at the Mayor's Ranch. So that is awesome. Congratulations. Excellent. Thank you very much. A lot of people deserve this.
Congratulations, Jace.
Thank you, sir.
Well deserved. Chief Smith was involved in helping deliver the Firefighter of the Year award just a little bit ago. So, all right, that brings us to the end of our awards this year. Got a few things that we need to finish up here, and we'll start by thanking those that have helped make this possible, and starting out especially with Cross Church here and the use of their facility, the use of their AV equipment and their expertise. They've done an outstanding job. Thank you very much. If we had a crowd, they would be giving you a huge applause. Of course, Carissa and Charles for all the videos that they shot for us and prepared. Always Kathy Corley, which puts together everything that is and that we do. I want to stop. We mentioned earlier today and talked a little bit about the work that the department is doing at the Hearst vaccination site, and just give one more thanks to all of our members for the work that they're doing there. It's vital to our community. It's very much needed, very much appreciated by those that are getting the injections. So just keep up that good work. You know, that's a project that not only the fire department's involved in, but we have city employees from virtually every department involved in volunteering over there on a regular basis to keep that operation running. So doing great work there. Appreciate the effort that you're putting in there very, very much. You know, it's my honor to be a part of this organization. You know, I get prouder and prouder of what we do every day, which is, to me, is nearly impossible to even think about, that I could be even prouder of this organization and the work that y'all do. But you do a great job. You impress me every day. You couldn't make me prouder. And I just appreciate you giving me the opportunity to be a part of this organization. And we'll continue to keep moving it forward in that direction. We did miss you guys this year at the banquet. It was a little bit unusual. We hope to be back next year. I'm sure Kathy's got the next great theme already on the tip of her tongue, ready to start. We'll hope we're enjoying the Grand Hall and a little bit of time together then. And so until then, we'll say everybody stay safe. Thank you very much for joining us, and God bless y'all. Thank y'all.